Arizona Senator John McCain's family says that he will discontinue medical treatment after being diagnosed with brain cancer last year.
This is something that I think a lot of people were prepared for. The family indeed was prepared for. And I just want to quote from the statement that was released from Senator McCain's family. It says, with his usual strength of will, he has now chosen to discontinue medical treatment. Our family is immensely grateful for the support and kindness of all of his caregivers over the last year and for the continuing outpouring of concern and affection from John's many friends and associates and the many thousands of people who are keeping him in their prayers. God bless and thank you all. And I'm sure for everybody who's tuning in to CBSN and hearing this news, it certainly is devastating as it is for the family. John McCain, regardless of how you feel about his politics, regardless of how you feel about his positions on policy, is a straight-up American hero. This is a man who came from a long line of naval officers, who was also a naval officer, graduated from Annapolis, the Naval Academy, went on to fly jets in Vietnam, was shot down over Vietnam, and was subsequently imprisoned in the Hanoi Hilton for several years before finally being released. And many of the injuries he sustained as a POW, he carried with him into his later years. I had an opportunity to meet him, interview him a couple of times, and you could see the weathered hands and the stiffness that he had, the gait that he had. Exactly right. But a true American hero, and obviously the entire nation's thoughts and prayers are with him, praying that he can get through this.
Right.
But it is a difficult,
obviously, he had
illness.
Glioblastoma. The treatment is grueling. It often requires some surgery, but then there's chemo and radiation. And stopping treatment.
What does that mean? I mean, we're not doctors, but you have some experience with it.
I have a little bit of experience because a family member of mine had the same diagnosis. And stopping treatment means just that, stopping treatment. It means, it doesn't mean that to be inelegant, doesn't mean the end is imminent tomorrow. It just means that, okay, the disease has progressed. Treatment is not going to make it any better. So, and because it's so grueling, there's no point in pursuing it any longer.
So, and the treatments that somebody who is suffering from this illness that they undergo are typical of the treatments that people with cancer go through? Yeah,
it is often chemotherapy, which means you're sick, you lose your hair, but also the thing about glioblastoma, and of course, I'll say this again, I am not a doctor, is that if surgery is required to remove it, it can be quite fast growing after surgical intervention, and it's in the brain. So there's a risk whenever you go in that you're going to damage the brain as well. And so, you really got to think hard and long about whether or not that's the type of treatment that you want to pursue.
I want to just read a tweet from Senator McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain. She writes this: my family is deeply appreciative of all of the love and generosity you have shown us during this past year. Thank you all for your continued support and prayers. We could not have made it this far without you. You've given us the strength to carry on.